I'm not even recording this, am I? I'm so sorry, guys. Um, the gist. I had just got done playing with Mobile Suit Gundam Battle Operation 2. Got my first piece of hate mail from them, from a player there, and on my own team, no less, because we lost by a couple thousand points, which was par. You either win by by a couple thousand points or you lose by a couple thousand points. The games are very, very swingy. The lobbies are not balanced, and I don't mind that because war combat is not balanced. Balanced combat would be playing chess or checkers or any number of finite playing pieces um, with standardized rules for both sides. That's what a balanced game is. It's a sports. You know, this is a player versus player combat game, obviously, and as such, I'm talking about Battle Operation 2, not Destiny. As such, balance is basically a joke. You shouldn't be expecting balance of any kind, and I don't. So I know full well going into a match that I may very well, in spite of my best efforts, I'm out of fucking banners, guys. I'm sorry. Um, I may, in fact, out of my best efforts, still end up losing. And I've been in lobbies where I end up getting the top score in all the categories because I got partnered with people who are still struggling with the mechanics of the game and just trying to learn the play. And I have no problem with that. I really don't have an issue in a game like Mobile Suit Operation 2 that, people are going to struggle with the controls and the placement of things and how you score points and all that stuff. And, the difference between getting assisted kills versus, a final kills. Um, it's, yeah. But needless to say, what was I going to talk about? Oh, yeah. The getting good aspect. Because uh, it was that kind of hate mail. The getting good aspect in this game really comes down to about practicing off PvP, which I admittedly don't do as much as I could. If I wanted to practice in the simulator, I would be able to pick my own suits that I prefer to play in. I would be restricted to space mode for the most part, which is struggle in itself, and space combat plays entirely differently than ground combat, and I prefer to play ground combat because you can get lobbies in there faster. Nobody wants to do a rated match in space. Very few people actually lobby for a quick match, in space. Everybody likes to play on the ground, and yet all of the simulator games are space-based, which is kind of counterproductive. You should be able to choose. But anyway, point being that, getting good in the game is a lot of effort. I'm not saying that I'm failing more than I'm playing, but I am still learning. When they have different suit classes, they fucking mean it. A general suit does perform significantly different than a raid suit, and raid suits perform significantly different than support suits. And if you want to go toe-to-toe with a support suit, you're destined to get killed. Even a raid suit, you have to pick your targets appropriately because you can get your ass murdered immediately. I mean, even a 1v2, even in Destiny, a 1v2 fight you can walk away from. You can get away from a 1v2 fight. It's pretty easy. There's no stunning effect in Destiny. You get staggered, so your aim is thrown and shit, but you don't get locked down in a stun. And I've had 1v2 scenarios where I was 1v the two, and they perfectly timed their attacks so that I could never get a fucking defense. I couldn't even get the fuck away. Come on, man, just go. You know what to do. I'm right behind you. So yeah, getting your ass stun locked in Mobile Suit is a death sentence. It really is. Just bite the fucking pillow and take the goddamn hits, and be prepared for the next, you know, respawn. And that's the other thing too, is picking a suit that responds quicker, because they're variables. They respawn at variable times. I've had suits respawn as quickly as 8 seconds and as long as 20. It's punishing. That's the best. That is the singular word that I can use to describe Battle Operation 2. If you think you are a flexer in PvP. Doesn't matter how much of a god you are in COD or Fortnite or even in Destiny. Go play Mobile Suit Battle Operation, and I'm guaranteeing, buddy, you are going to have a very harsh awakening. Yeah, it'd be like Morosov, you reaching out to Morosov as you're floating through the whatever that space was called where the Awoken were formed, and she basically grabs your hand and then pushes you further away. That's kind of the experience. Yeah, which I mean, again, I'm not hating on that in so much as I don't like the way players come into the game and just expect everybody to perform at their levels. I've never been that kind of person. I've never been that kind of player, and I don't expect that. I mean, yeah, it's frustrating at times when you have a really basic, simple event like this one. And I mean, I'm looking at season tags here. He's level 59 on the pass. He's 48 on the pass. He's 107 on the pass. And you could have earned all that shit just playing, raids and trials. So you might not be aware of how this all works, and that's forgiving. But that's the thing is that yeah. So engaging in the fandom. That's kind of what the title. The point is that I am a Gunpla fan, meaning that I love building the model kits and painting them up and customizing them. And I've found a few rules where you can actually put them on the tabletop and have them fight each other with actual in-universe stat blocks that were gleaned from games like Mobile Suit Operation 2 and just basically, source books and things like that. Because there are plenty out there. Not to mention, some of the model kits do come with their own little stat blocks of a sort, which is kind of neat. Oops, that was a bad choice, my friend. Where are you? So, playing Mobile Suit Operation 2, for me, the fantasy is playing in the Gundams that I built, playing in the Gunpla that I built. I've even tested out some paint schemes using their customizer. Unfortunately, a lot of the suits that I have already built, I've wanted to customize to a paint scheme on, but I have to earn the military ranks for it. But anyway, long story short, so when you have a fandom and you're engaging in it, do you engage in all the aspects of it, or do you prefer just stay to the source and not try to go too far from that? Like, for instance, like Star Wars. Once upon a time, I was a big fan of Star Wars, and I collected all the toys, I collected the trading cards, I collected the comic books, I had pillow sheets, bed sheets, cookware, t-shirts, underoos. Yes, underoos. I'm that old, and it was for a brief year and a half or so in my life. The entirety of my living experience, my entirety of my living space was Star Wars, model kits, games, video games. And then, the new trilogy came out and all of the politics got thrown on top of it. And I just kind of I got saturated. I got burnt out. And I was like, no, I just don't do it. Now with Star Wars, I have a small collection of what they call vintage scale figures now because they're 3 3/4 inch. Okay, I don't want to fall down to the bottom, but you guys are really, come on, space your asses out. Use your radars. Could you imagine this fuckery if there was no radar? Fuck. Oh boy. Yeah, I just wanted Star Horse's favorite buds. That's all I care about. Because I'm going to get in there and rip shit up with the sword. I don't have to worry about rally banners if you have the. You don't have to worry about rally banners if you get Star Horse's favor, unless you're having a problem with your super regeneration. Oh, come on, let's go. So yeah, eventually I stopped collecting everything of Star Wars. I went to Star Wars Celebration, and it was an okay experience. I had a lot of fun. they do this new thing with conventions now, the big ones, where you have a lottery and you only get a certain number of chits to or seeds to put into the lottery to get the thing you want. And and if you're a large group like I was part of, and only a third of the people get the fucking lottery, it's like kind of like it's a feel bad moment, really. Um, I would even call it a quit moment if this was in a video game. Could you imagine like half your party gets set up for the raid, but then like the other half can't be allowed in because they didn't get the seed for it. Can you imagine that bullshit? I've got 6 people to play, but no, you need to bring 12 people because there's a chance that some of those guys can't get in, even if they are fully leveled and have all the gear and all the other equipment and everything else. But yeah, so I think that the whole point of being a fan of the game is something that really is a luxury. And it's kind of sad because you play a game for entertainment purposes. Hopefully, I know there's a lot of people out there that make a small living on this because they're streaming and they're getting subs and stuff like that. Some people do it as they do it for tips, like quote unquote nudge nudge, wink wink, because they'll come in and they'll Sherpa people. I've seen a lot of ads on YouTube about it, especially when a new season comes out or a new expansion hits. Mostly when a new expansion in Destiny hits, you'll get all these Destiny coaches and guides. That's what they used to call them, carries, openly admitted it. And then, of course, Bungie came back and said, no, we don't like that. You gotta, we don't want people carrying each other, and we don't want win swapping, which was a big thing in trials for a while. Hey, I hope somebody, God, I hope somebody look at. Oh, no, then he shows up. Thank you. You know what? I don't need to stun your ass to kill you. Oh, fuck off. Really? All that means that our odds of getting anything good are been really diminished. Crossing my fingers, hoping I get into Battler. Well, it doesn't look good. Well, at least I got a token. Alright, we'll go there. Oops, wrong button. Went too far. Back up, you're going too far. I don't think anybody understands that joke anymore. But anyway, yeah, so as much as I enjoy playing Mobile Suit Battle Operation 2, fuck me, need to fucking change the name for one thing. I don't think I want to connect with that community in that game space that much anymore. If I feel the itch to stomp around in a giant mecha, I think I'm probably going to play either Code Fairy, which is their standalone single-player game, which, by the way, you can earn suits in that one that can transfer over to Battle Operation, which is cool. But yeah, it's kind of like the same thing I say about Destiny all the time. If Destiny ever makes a single-player offline game where I don't have to log into the network every single time I want to play, I don't got to worry about my internet going to shit or anything like that or whatever. Just all I have to do is, make sure I have power to the console and I'm able to fucking spend at least an hour playing. Then I would definitely be on it all over the place. It would probably be my main game. I would probably just play that as far as anything else. Oh, I didn't get a freaking bummer. Okay, well that kind of makes it done for me today too, because I play for points or prizes, and I'm not getting either one here. Give me a break. 68? What the hell? Come on, Traveler, I'm a big boy now. We should be dropping 70s at the minimum. Incandescent, that's not a bad choice. Subsistence and One for All versus Incandescent. And I am playing Solar. Ooh. Ah. Reload America. Let's see what this does. Yeah. Yeah, I like this. I like this. This is good. This will be okay. Anyway, yeah. Uh, just really, the real point of this video is if you're playing with somebody who's obviously not that good, you got two options. Quit the lobby, okay? Whether you take a penalty for that or not. Or, if you're that good, compensate for them. I mean, seriously, the only people that bitch about other players being shitty are they themselves too reliant upon good players. And I know I like it when I'm in a lobby with a lot of people who are more skilled than me. That means that I have an opportunity to learn some pretty cool techniques. That is neat. I never actually looked up at this. This is kind of cool. A little nauseating, but kind of cool. um, and then again, and the other thing is that if your game that you want to play does not have a training mode, then try not to get yourself too much into the way of fire. But if your game does have a training mode, definitely invest in it. That's kind of what I think I'm probably going to do. If I play any more Battle Operation, I'm just going to invest in the training simulators. And if I'm stuck playing space battles, then I guess that's what I'm going to be featuring on. It's just going to be a pain in the ass when I take my muscle memory to ground battles. This is Jupiter, isn't it? Oh, this is so cool. The Jovian planet. The 9 moons of Jupiter. I think there's actually more than that, but that's the meme, I guess. Anyway, I'm out of here. Thank you all for stopping by. Be kind to each other, please.